It's dark. The fire's down to embers. You're lying on the ground, wrapped in something that used to be an animal, and every single sound outside that circle of light is a potential death sentence. A snap twig isn't just a snap twig. It's a verdict. You don't know if you'll see morning. Nobody does. This isn't a horror movie. This was just Tuesday. For about 200,000 years, and your brain never forgot it. Here's the actual bug report. For nearly all of human existence, darkness genuinely meant death. No walls, no locks, no motion sensor porch light. Just you, some dying embers, and an entire ecosystem of things that could see in the dark infinitely better than you could. So, evolution did the one thing it's actually reliably good at. It installed a permanent background process. Light drops, threat detection spikes, instantly, no update required, no consent given, no unsubscribe link, no terms and conditions you could scroll past. Let's actually sit inside one of those nights for a second. You're not thinking about philosophy. You're not thinking about the meaning of life. You are running one single subroutine on a loop all night. Is that a shadow? Or is that something that wants to eat me? Your eyes are doing something called dark adaptation, slowly ramping up sensitivity to almost nothing, and your ears are doing the actual heavy lifting, straining for the tiniest rustle. Because in near total darkness, sound is your only early warning system. You sleep in fragments. You wake at every noise. This is not insomnia. This is the correct adaptive life-saving setting for a body with actual predators nearby. Now here's the part that should mess with you a little. That exact setting is still installed, fully operational, running in the background of your very safe, very locked, very modern life. Problem is, that code was written for a world with actual teeth in the bushes, and nobody has patched it for a world with deadbolts, a video doorbell, and a phone flashlight sitting 6 inches from your hand. Your amygdala has no idea any of that changed. It is still running the exact same scan it ran 200,000 years ago. Light low, threat probability high. Initiate full panic. No further questions, no updated intel accepted. This is why your brain does something genuinely unhinged the second a room goes dark. It starts inventing danger out of literally nothing. There's a real documented mechanism for this. It's called pareidolia, your visual system's compulsive habit of finding faces and shapes in random noise, especially under stress. In daylight, that's just a coat on a chair. At 2 a.m, lights off. That exact same coat is suddenly a silhouette your nervous system has fully mobilized to fight to the death. And you have, for 1 full second, completely forgotten that coats do not historically attack people. And it does not do this halfway. It commits. Studies on Nyctophobia, the actual clinical term for fear of the dark, show real measurable spikes in heart rate and stress hormones in low light, even in people who know, logically, with their entire rational brain, that they are completely fine. You can stand there thinking, I live on the 4th floor, the door is locked, and that sound is 100% just the refrigerator. Your ancient alarm system heard none of that. It was never invited to that meeting. It does not attend meetings. It just fires. Here's a detail almost nobody talks about. Kids get this even harder, and it's not a coincidence, it's a feature. Fear of the dark peaks hardest in early childhood. Right around the exact age, a small, slow, defenseless human would have been most vulnerable if left alone at night in an actual ancestral environment. Your childhood monster under the bed phase wasn't your imagination malfunctioning. It was a correctly calibrated risk assessment for a 5-year-old with zero ability to fight off a predator, running on hardware that had no idea it was safely tucked into a house with 2 working parents and a nightlight. And it's not just individual either. There's a reason ancient humans didn't sleep alone if they could help it. Group sleeping wasn't a social nicety. It was a security system. More eyes, more ears, more chances someone else clocks the threat before it reaches you, which is, if you think about it for one uncomfortable second, Also why so many adults still sleep better with another person in the room. Or, at minimum, with a dog who will absolutely lose its mind at 3 a.m. over something you will never identify. That dog is doing the job. That dog has been doing the job for 15,000 years. That dog is, at this exact moment, the last living employee of your personal night watch. Here's the part that should genuinely offend you. This system does not have an off switch. It does not get a firmware update. Evolution does not patch software. It only ever keeps whatever barely worked well enough to keep the last version of you alive long enough to pass the same buggy code down to you. Perfectly calm was never the goal. Barely not dead was the entire spec sheet, and you are still this very night running the beta. So the next time you turn off the lights and instantly feel like something is watching you, that's not you being dramatic, and it's not your imagination being weird for no reason. That's a 200,000-year-old alarm system doing exactly the one job it was built for, in a world it has never once been updated to understand, with 0 patches, 0 off switch, and 0 plans to ever retire. And somewhere, at the exact same moment, your own ancestors are staring down that same coat on that same chair right alongside you, both fully, ridiculously convinced, for one entire second, that tonight might actually be the night it finally gets you. It won't, but your brain is never ever going to just take your word for it.